Howdy folks, it's Tim with another exciting edition of How Far Are We Gonna Get in 10 Minutes today. Today I'm using the old, a lot of water in that, Slim Adjustable, set to number 7. Got a Wilkinson Sword blade in there, probably on its last legs. Already got my lather made. I'm using Penhaligon's English Fern soap today. It's non-tallow, so it's not the old stuff of legend and lore, but I find that I still get a decent-ish lather out of it, and the scent is so good that I'll deal with a little extra prep work. Excuse me. I've just gotten out of the shower and properly got dressed, because it turns out shaving naked on YouTube is not cool. Saturday, I have to run into base for a ceremony. Nobody likes working on Saturdays. This is short. It's for a good reason, good cause. I'll just count my blessings and move on. And because it seems that I'm always about 45 seconds short video-wise, I'll tell you now, I'm going to use some Aqua Velva aftershave, a little Nivea sensitive balm, and I'm going to wear Opium by Yves Saint Laurent today. That's one thing of late I've found to help me get a little closer down here, is to just pull it away. I know it's an old manic trick, but it's one I've forgotten about. Jiggly. Now, last I had played with this soap, it was trying to see if it was worth much at all before I got this this little brush. So I had found that a pretty short loading time was the key prior, and I figured now that I had a brush with a better ability to mix lather, see if that would still hold true. So I started with a very dry brush, almost like you'd use for Mitchell's, like really dry, so that the soap ends up clumping on the tips of the brush. And I just loaded the crap out of it, probably like a minute and a half's worth, see if it would behave any different, and it has. This lather right now isn't particularly slick. Very cushioning, which means I'm actually short a good bit of water in it, but it's still giving a really good good shave. It's kind of weird. It's been a few months, but I seem to remember this stuff having a pretty narrow sweet spot for slickness. And I've got so much lather in the bowl, I really don't want to try and make more of it by putting more water in there. Yes, I've done that before and it really hurts to put this blade corner right up your soul patch. It doesn't draw blood, because that actually would hurt less. Hang on, let's dunk the tips and see what we get here. It's on a little thinner, but it definitely, a little bit of water really makes it feel a lot more slick. I know I reversed my across the grain passes on that side of my face. Oops. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze in the entire shave before this goes dead. Oh, that'd be a no, huh? Oh well. We'll just make it a two-parter. Upload it after I come back. It's really hard to throw some extra. Now that I've got time, throw some extra water in this lather. Oh well. One thing about this English Fern soap is you really have to work it quite a bit before it lathers up. It's a lot slower than, say, Parasso or Cella or Palmolive. The majority of creams, it's a much slower builder. And start out pretty dry. And try and get it mixed very well before you add more water. And then after you've added water once or twice, it actually remixes or incorporates pretty quickly. It is inspiring a bit of confidence for me to play on my neck like that. There's something about this stuff. Like I said, it's not super slick, but it's still incredibly effective. And I'm quite surprised that for how heavily it's fragranced, that I don't have any issues with irritation from it. It's a handy little segue point. Speaking of its fragrance, if you've never smelled Penhaligon's English Fern, you should. It's I'm lousy at describing scents. I guess it would be fair to say, if they made a version of Brut for James Bond, because it's definitely in that family of fragrances. Fragrances, the Fougere kind of thing. At least I hope that's how it's pronounced. I've never taken a French class. I took Spanish. It seemed easier. But it's good. Ooh, fingernail. It's unusual for me to adjust this in the middle of the shave. My mustache is not going to be happy on a 7. I tried that. I'll crank her. Oh crap. Fingers are soapy. Crank her down to 3. So I have a little more on here. Well, that hasn't happened in a while. This brush has only shed 15 or 20 hairs since it was new. Well, the classic that I had probably shed double that. I'm going to stop pretty quickly. It was like probably 20 on the first shave, first lather, and 4 or 5 each shave after for about a week, and then it just stopped. Oops. I just bounced my head off the faucet trying to rinse. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear I actually drunk heavily last night, but I only had 3 beers in the fridge when I came home. Thought I had far more. That's what Saturdays are for. There we go. Aqua Velva glass bottle. Not the Aqua Velva cap you're thinking of. This is actually a cap off the top of Thayer's witch hazel. The nice thing about this cap is you can very easily control the amount that comes out. And I got that tip off of Badger and Blade. One of the gents there I don't remember how it came up, but thanks, dude. It's phenomenal. Occasionally you still find this in a store. If you find a glass bottle, it's going to be old stock, so pick it up. Buy every one that they have, because you can sell your leftovers on a certain auction site and do pretty well. Because guys like us really want the glass bottle. Time for a little Nivea. I'm testing out the waters. Last winter, I used a splash and a balm. I would get really greasy. But over the summer, I was ridiculously dried out if I didn't use a balm. And I put too much on today. That's better. Crap, what was I saying? Hey, Frank. Oh yeah, about being greasy in the winter. We'll see how that plays out. It's starting to get cold here, which means my complexion's gonna go buck wild for the next couple of weeks until the weather settles. It's alright. Adapt and overcome. Now you can see after 4 1/4 passes, still got enough left for another 3. I truly made entirely too much lather today, but it's not bad. It's I just can't believe how cushiony this stuff is, and I may have actually over whipped it. That might be why it. I mean, it picked up slickness after I put some water in it. So really, I was just working with entirely too much product. But how else are you gonna learn the product before you decide what to do with it?